right, so we all know that since Ronald Reagan and the Republicans introduced America to trickle-down economics, that we've seen income inequality explode. And the proof of that is included in charts like this that shows real annual wages and their changes between 1979 and 2021. As you can see, they're all equal here in 1980, but as we get over here, the 0.01% is up 465%, the top 1% is up 206%, and the bottom 90% is up just 28.7% over those 41 years. And here's a chart that shows the average annual wages between those 2 years in 2021 dollars. And if we look at the bottom 90%, you can see they were making $28,000 in 1979, and they've jumped up to $36,000 in 2021. But if we go to the top 1%, you can see that they were earning $267,000 in 1979, and in 2021, that is $819,000. And for that 0.1%, they've gone from $586,000 per year to $3.3 million per year. And we know that the ultra wealthy use investment firms to hide their massive wealth for years from the IRS and avoid paying their fair share in taxes. And with that in mind, watch the older millennial here try to clutch his pearls and act like regular Americans are going to be affected by Joe Biden's new proposed capital gains tax hike.
So first off, raising the capital gains tax to 44.6%. If you're unaware, capital gains are what you get from like selling a company, selling a home, selling stocks. Basically, it's like other than normal income. And Biden wants to tax that at 44.6%.
Just to be clear, that 44.6% rate would only apply to those individuals with taxable income above $1 million and investment income above $400,000. So mind you, we're not even talking about the entire 1%. Because they only make on average $819,000. We're only talking about people who make over $1 million a year. Now on to the older millennial's second point.
And then let's talk about the fucking 25% tax on unrealized gains. Like, y'all understand what unrealized gains are, right? Say you have a stock that's worth $100,000 and the value of that stock goes up to $200,000, but you don't sell it because it's a long-term investment for you. You're like saving for retirement. And there's a very good chance that the value of that stock could go down in the future, but it doesn't matter. Even though you didn't sell that stock, so you don't have that money, you got to come up with a $25,000 tax payment.
See how he acts like if you have an investment for $100,000 and it goes up to $200,000, you're going to be subject to this new unrealized gains tax? Well, in reality, Biden's proposed 25% tax on unrealized gains would only apply to individual taxpayers with more than $100 million in net assets. And according to Federal Reserve data, America's billionaires and centimillionaires, those with at least $100 million of wealth, collectively held at least $8.5 trillion of unrealized capital gains in 2022, which means if they all collectively had to pay 25% of that 8.5 trillion, it would cost them 2.125 trillion, which if you minus that out, would only leave them 6.375 trillion to try to pay the bills. So if you want to simp for billionaires and the ultra wealthy, be my guest, but don't act like any normal American is going to have to deal with these tax rates at all.